Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Dr. Imran Wahid. I will discuss today what is the physiological pacemaker of the heart and what are other pacemakers. Before I discuss the cardiac cycle, I want you to know about what are the physiological pacemakers of the heart and how the electrical wiring system of the heart works. What are the pacemaker cells which are responsible for initiation of the electrical impulse which spreads from one chamber of the heart to the other to cause contraction of the cardiac chambers, both the atria and the ventricle. This is very important to know that as I said in previous lecture that these are the contractions of heart are basically rhythmic. The rhythmic contraction of the heart is called the heartbeat, and it is very important to understand how this rhythmicity is maintained. As we discussed in previous lecture, the contraction of the heart is automatic due to the property of automaticity, and it is rhythmic, that is from one heartbeat to the other heartbeat. These are rhythmic contractions. How this rhythmicity and automaticity is maintained? Obviously, heart has to beat continuously throughout life of a human being, so there must be a permanent current generating pacemaker of the heart, or a small battery you can say, which should be present in the heart. So these are rhythmic contraction of the heart which are known as heartbeats. So the electrical activity or the waves of depolarization or electrical current which produce these contractions of the cardiac muscle, they originate in special cells called pacemaker cells. The nature has provided special cells within the heart which constitute the wiring system, you can say, which transmit the impulses, cardiac impulses, electrical impulses from one chamber to the other chamber of the heart and to all the myocardium. These are called pacemaker cells. The main physiological pacemaker of the heart is present in the sinoatrial node. So first of all, we should know that there are specific cells with specific conducting tissue, and they are known as pacemaker cells. These cells are present in number one, sinoatrial node. This sinoatrial node or SA node is basically present at the junction of superior vena cava and right atrium. Let me explain you through this diagram. As you can see, this is right atrium, this is left atrium, this is right atrium, this is right ventricle, and this is left ventricle. Similarly, this is tricuspid valve, this is mitral valve. This is the orifice of the tricuspid valve, and this is the orifice of the mitral valve. Here is the superior vena cava or SVC, and here is the inferior vena cava or IVC. Sinoatrial node or the physiological pacemaker of the heart is present somewhere here at the junction of superior vena cava or SVC and right atrium. This is SA node, sinoatrial node, which contains specialized pacemaker cells or electrical pulse generating cells and known as SA node. This is the main and first component of the electrical wiring system of the heart, which is responsible for generation of the electrical impulse. This is also known as physiological pacemaker of the heart, and the rhythm generated on ECG by this SA node is known as normal sinus rhythm. The next tissue, conducting tissue, is known as atrioventricular node, which is located somewhere here at the lower end of the right atrium. The sinoatrial node and atrioventricular node, AV node, they are connected to each other by three pathways. These pathways are known as Winkie-Back, Bachmann, and Thorel fibers. So SA node is connected to the atrioventricular node through the Winkie-Back, Bachmann, and Thorel fibers. It means that any electrical impulse generated from the SA node travels to these three pathways and reaches the AV node. So the AV node then is connected. Actually, we must know that the myocardial cells, cardiac myocytes are present in whole of the myocardium, but there is a fibrous ring between the atria and ventricle which completely insulates both the chambers from each other, and the electrical activity actually is transmitted through this conduction system and not from the cardiac muscle. So this from this SA node is connected to AV node, as I said, through Winkie-Back, Bachmann, and Thorel fiber, and then the conduction system continues in the interventricular septum and divides into two branches, the right bundle and the left bundle. This is the left bundle, this is the right bundle. These are basically the wiring system of the heart. From these bundles arise the Purkinje fibers. The impulse generated by the SA node is transmitted to the AV node through the Winkie-Back, Bachmann, and Thorel fiber is transmitted into the bundle of His. From bundle of His it is transmitted down into the left bundle and right bundle. Left bundle further divides into left anterior branch and posterior branch. That is known as anterior fascicle and posterior fascicle. So to sum up, cut the long story short, primary impulses are generated from the SA node in normal sinus rhythm, and they are transmitted through three fibers, Winkie-Back, Bachmann, and Thorel to AV node. From AV node, the impulse is transmitted to the bundle of His. Send the impulses down to the left and right branches, and they further divide into Purkinje fibers. This is very important to understand that this wiring system of heart is very important to maintain the automaticity and rhythmicity of the cardiac cycle. As we know, cardiac cycle is basically from one heartbeat to the other heartbeat. It is rhythmic contraction with the sound of loop doop, loop doop, loop doop. The wave of excitation, as I said, is starts in the intrauterine life. When the heart starts beating in third week of life, in the intrauterine life, heart starts beating. So actually, the inherent first impulse, that's spontaneous, and it is discharged by the sinoatrial node. These are spontaneous impulses and rhythmically discharged from the natural physiological pacemaker of the heart, that is sinoatrial node. The impulse is then conducted more slowly. The speed of conduction from SA to AV node is fast conduction fibers through Winkie-Back, Bachmann, and Thorel fibers. But from AV node, the impulse is conducted more slowly through another mass of nodal tissue which contains pacemaker cells, as I mentioned, atrioventricular node, and then through the fibrous ring by the bundle of His. As I mentioned, there is a fibrous ring which insulates both atria from the both ventricles, and through this fibrous bundle, which is known as atrioventricular bundle or bundle of His, which is present in the interventricular septum, the bundle divides into right bundle branch and left bundle branch. The left bundle branch, as I said, further divides into left anterior and left posterior branch or fascicle. These three bundles, that is the right bundle, the left bundle, and bundle of His, they continue down on either side of the interventricular septum, and then they divide into Purkinje fibers, and these Purkinje fibers spread under all parts of the endocardium of both the ventricles. So this is the reason why the electrical impulse generated by the AV node, SA node rapidly progresses to whole ventricular muscle and all parts contract simultaneously. The right atrium starts contracting before the left atrium, and it is important to know, as I mentioned, that a ring of fibrous tissue separates atrium from ventricles electrically. The heartbeat is not transmitted from atria to ventricle directly by the myocardial tissue, cardiac muscle, but only by the conduction pathways. So the electrical wiring system of the heart consists of SA node, the three internodal fibers, Winke-Back, Bachmann and Thorel, the bundle of His or atrioventricular bundle, its two branches, right and left bundle, two branches of the left bundle, anterior fascicle, posterior fascicle and Purkinje fibers. तो दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, ये मैं आपको उर्दू में बता देता हूँ. साइनोएट्रियल नोड में इम्पल्स जनरेट होती हैं, इंट्रायूटेरिन लाइफ में स्टार्ट हो जाती है, पहली इम्पल्स और हार्ट बीट करता है रिदमिकली इन अ सिंक्रोनाइज्ड मैनर एंड ऑटोमेटिसिटी. The beating continues with variations till the death of the person. So SA node is connected to AV node by these three fibers, Winke-Back, Bachmann and Thorel, which divides into then bundle of His, from bundle of His into right and left bundle branches, और ये जो है फिर Purkinje fibers के जरिए सारी मायोकार्डियम में ट्रांसमिट होती हैं. ये आपको बताना ज़रूरी था, ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है और इसको आप अंडरस्टैंड कर लें. और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि ये आपको इसका नॉलेज होना चाहिए कि व्हाट इज़ द नॉर्मल फिजियोलॉजिकल पेसमेकर ऑफ द हार्ट, हाउ द इम्पल्स इज जनरेटेड एंड स्प्रेड थ्रू द मायोकार्डियम. So to briefly review it in a much better form, you can see this picture. इसमें आप देख लें, ये साइनोएट्रियल नोड है, ये एवी नोड है, ये आपके सामने ट्राइकस्पिड वेल्व है, ये माइट्रल वेल्व है और ये लेफ्ट एट्रियम है. तो you can see how the impulses are being transmitted from sinoatrial to AV node, then bundle of His, left bundle branch, right bundle branch and Purkinje fiber. These are Purkinje fibers, left and right bundle branches. I think this should be clear to you, and with this I conclude this lecture, and next time I will start the discussion about cardiac cycle. We will understand what is cardiac cycle, what are various phases and what are hemodynamics. I again request you to listen to my previous lectures available on this channel about the cell physiology and cardiac action potential, and my last lecture about the cardiac myocyte and the structure. Please subscribe this channel and click the bell icon and listen the video till the end. Thank you very much.